coming up today on Studio 13 Live. We're checking in with K-pop group 50/50 following the viral success of their song Cupid.
Plus, General Harvest is shaking up their take on a whiskey sour where they get their inspiration from.
Next, photographer and artist Robin Layton is joining us to talk all about her new book, Rain, why a record rainfall in Seattle inspired it.
Then Rhinehouse is here to show us the ins and outs of making incredible pretzels.
And it's officially patio season. Chef Bobby Moore is teaching us how to make a fresh spring salad. Studio 13 Live starts right now.
I wanna see you smile, take you another mile. Don't gotta wait, don't gotta wait, don't gotta wait today.
Hey there, happy Monday. I hope you went out and enjoyed the beautiful sunny weekend, and I'm so glad you're here with us today. I'm Carly Henderson.
And I'm Mireya Garcia, and if you celebrated Mother's Day in any way, I sure do hope it was a beautiful one for you. I did spend this weekend doing the potty training thing with my son, but it went well. So I think it was good. And I'll tell you, my husband is such a wonderful gift giver. For Mother's Day, he got me not one, not two, not three pajamas, but 7 different summertime pajamas. And it sort of became a joke because he kept handing them to me one by one, and it was all pajamas. But I like to try and make sleeping as luxurious as possible, which he knows since we have to go to bed so early.
Yeah, no kidding.
So it was a great gift.
Wow, I've just got my one XXL t-shirt that I wear to sleep.
Me too. I think he also got tired of seeing me around that. That was my suspicion.
I love it. That's adorable.
And not only were we celebrating the beautiful sunshine and all the moms and mother figures in your life, but hockey fans in Seattle celebrating because there is another game coming up. The Kraken did well this weekend, but another game coming up for the Stanley Cup playoffs for the Seattle Kraken. Let's take a listen to this.
Here's Garcia moving in. Shot. Score! The rookie does it again!
So tonight's game, one of the biggest in the team's young history. They need to beat the Dallas Stars in Game 7 to hold on to that Western Conference Finals, and it's a familiar position for the Kraken, who faced Game 7 last series against the defending champions, the Colorado Avalanche. So hopefully that magic continues. So
my fingers are crossed, my toes are crossed. I'm not uncrossing them until we bring it home.
I know, I love it.
so exciting. Chances are this next story has been all over your social media feeds. During her concert in Philadelphia on Saturday, Taylor Swift interrupted her song Bad Blood to defend a group of fans from a security guard. Check this out. Wow, so we don't know exactly what happened. Dying to see this sort of behind-the-scenes view of this, but a few people who claim to have been nearby said that the security guard was being overly strict and aggressive about them getting too close to the barricades. One girl posted a video saying that she and her friends were just trying to have a good time, adding that the security guard did not want them to have fun. After Taylor said something, the security guard reportedly got kicked out of the venue. I don't know if it was their first day on the job or what, but I'm not a fan of hearing about this. I love how Taylor handled this. Taylor Swift knows how much her fans went through to get tickets to the Eras Tour. I think she just wants everybody to chill out and have fun and just enjoy themselves.
I think so. And I think it is fair to say that we are talking about a massive amount of people, and a few people are tasked with keeping everything orderly and making sure Taylor Swift is protected. But certainly the security guard stepped out of line here. And this has been all over my For You page on TikTok. I know it's been all over yours. And word on the street is that the security guard involved was wearing a manager shirt. So that could be like even more complicated.
Oh,
I
no
think.
kidding.
Yes.
At least the girl involved in this can forever say Taylor Swift defended her.
Yes.
You know?
And just like side note, we also got to see that Taylor's really singing on this tour, right?
Of course, yeah, yeah.
Because she stopped, started talking, then started singing.
Yeah, it almost sounded musical the way she was like yelling
Yes!
out. I was like, oh, this is fitting right in. She's just such a pro, and everything we see like this just makes us love her so much more.
The song was Bad Blood.
Yeah. Literal.
That is amazing. You know, Meadow Walker, she's the daughter of late actor Paul Walker, of course. She's actually going to be making an appearance in the upcoming Fast and Furious movie. So she actually posted on Instagram, take a look here, writing about how she actually grew up on set watching her dad and the cast on the monitors. And she says that thanks to her dad, she was born into the Fast family, and she can't believe she gets to be a part of it now. Fast 10 in theaters this Friday, and I do love the way this cast, specifically Vin Diesel, has wrapped his arms around Meadow, really.
Totally. It makes me feel really old, though, seeing his daughter be a full-grown
She's a
woman
whole adult,
and a
yes.
model. I'm like, oh, I was just crushing on Paul Walker a couple years
Oh
ago.
my
I guess it's
gosh.
been more than 10 years now.
Yeah.
But this is nice. I watched an interview of hers, too, and she was saying that her dad was really humble and he liked things really simple. And so if you watch the film and you don't know about the whole backstory of it, you wouldn't even necessarily know it. And so she just felt like that was like the perfect way to honor her dad, too. I really like that.
Yeah.
JayZ wants to be a part of a casino business in New York City's Times Square. So this comes after the city was recently approved for a gaming license. And in an open letter, JayZ's entertainment company listed reasons why they should have the winning bid. The company says that it's all about supporting New York City workers and bringing in more tourists. It also promises to commit $115 million for diverse theater programs that would actually take care of daycare for Broadway families.
Interesting.
I was really surprised to hear the casino would go right in Times Square. It's just already such a chaotic
busy
area. I don't know. Usually it seems like casinos are a little bit more out of the way or something like this. But some of the business owners in the theater district spoke out and said, we actually do not want this. We think that people going to casinos is going to take away from people visiting like local restaurants and local businesses and things like that. So I don't know if they're so much behind it.
Although, to be fair, how many local restaurants are in Times Square?
Yeah, well, to the sides, like where all the different theaters
Down
are,
the
there's like
alleys?
some, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll have to see. But I do love to hear that there are options to help workers in the area, you know, like free or reduced childcare. That's nothing to sneeze at.
That's a win for a lot of people.
Yes, absolutely. You know, I grew up watching Sesame Street. I'm sure you did as well. Yes. So there's a new friend on the street, okay? Say hello to TJ. This is the first Filipino Muppet character, and he actually made his debut for a segment with actor Cal Penn. There you see it. And TJ is 4 years old and a second-generation Filipino-American. He likes entertaining his little sister and gardening with his grandparents. And I just love to see this. Now, I know I've told you this before, but I grew up watching Sesame Street in Spanish, which is totally different. And I'm used to a green and orange Big Bird.
Oh!
I know. And then when I moved to the States, there's the iconic yellow Big Bird. And I was like asking questions.
gosh.
What is this? My whole life was turned around.
I need to Google a picture of that now. I was wondering when you were saying that if it was going to be dubbed or it's a completely different.
Totally different
That's
show.
Wow, that's so cool though.
Which I think is a testament to how wonderful Sesame Street is for kids, and the fact that they're working to represent the community as a whole is beautiful.
Absolutely. Such an inclusive and progressive show. I watched it 3 times a day when I was a little kid.
I
My
love
mom
it.
tells me.
I love it.
This year's Tony Awards will not be on TV due to the Hollywood writers' strike. So the Writers Guild of America denied a waiver requesting that the event be allowed to air and stream online. Ariana DeBose was set to do the thing and return as host, but I couldn't resist that. But she will likely cancel if the strike continues. So the Tony's management committee is meeting today, and they're going to decide next steps. A lot of things changing around here until this writer's strike gets resolved. I mean, we saw it with the MTV Movie and TV Awards. They lost their host pretty close to the last minute. So
Right at the last minute, yeah.
Right at the last minute. We got to just hold it. I mean, the last one was over 100 days, so I think it might be a couple of months unless everybody negotiates and, compromises a little bit and gives the writers what they want. I don't think AI can be writing these shows.
No, and I mean, I think it's a real bummer for people who are fans, for viewers, for me certainly, but I think that I have a guess that this writer's strike may go even longer because this whole AI thing, it is a big deal, and this is the first time we're really starting to see people really fight against what's coming.
Yeah, I mean, there hasn't been a huge precedent on how to deal with this before. It's all so new. So I think everyone's just trying to get their bearings with it. But hopefully we work it out soon and not too many of our favorite shows are disrupted. Still to come on Studio 13 Live, we're checking in with K-pop group 50/50.
Yeah, since we talked to them last, their song Cupid actually gone viral. What they have to say about their recent success, that's coming up next.
It's happening all around, like sunshine through the clouds. I'm gonna make your.
In February, K-pop group 50/50 released their single album Cupid, and you actually saw an exclusive interview right here on Studio 13 Live.
Yeah, and since then, the song made it onto Billboard's top 20 chart. It's playing on the radio, and it even went viral on TikTok. Fox 13 video journalist Clint Edwards caught up with the girls again for an update.
First of all, I want to say congratulations on all the success that Cupid has had.
Yeah.
So the last time we talked, Santa, you said, through this comeback, I hope to communicate with more fans and promote our group. Do you think you've done that with this comeback?
조금은 이루었다고 생각은 하는데요. 아직도 저는 더 많은 팬분들을 만나고 더 많은 팬분들과 소통을 하고 또 더 좋은 음악으로 함께 교감하고 소통을 하고 싶은 마음이 크기 때문에 계속해서 더 나은 모습 보여드리겠습니다.
I find it hard to even talk about the accomplishments you've made so far because there are new ones every single day. So how has it been looking every single day and seeing you reach a new milestone?
사실 저희도 그렇게 매일매일 업데이트되는 새로운 소감들을 계속해서 확인을 한다는 게 저희도 쉽지 않고요. 근데 너무너무 감사한 것 같아요. 우선 정말 감사하다는 생각이 너무 크고 저희 팬분들이 세워주신 업적이지 않을까 하는 생각이 들어서 팬분들께 가장 먼저 정말 감사드린다는 말씀 드리고 싶고 그리고 그렇게 성과를 항상 저희 시안 프로듀서님께서 말씀을 해주세요. 근데 그렇게 전달을 들을 때마다 그러니까 기분이 좋은 것보다도 우선은 정말 이 부분에서 저희 스태프분들께서 너무 많은 고생을 해주셨겠구나 하는 생각이 들어서 울컥한 적도 있었거든요. 그래서 회사분들께도 정말 감사하다는 말씀 꼭 드리고 싶습니다.
Loving Me and in Cupid, you have the metronome and you have the fish and the fish bowl. Tell me a little bit about how that relates to the story.
우선 저희가 큐피드라는 곡과 러빙미라는 곡은 연결이 되어 있는 두 곡이고요. 저희 큐피드가 러빙미의 전 단계의 곡이거든요. 물론 뒤늦게 나오긴 했지만 큐피드는 내가 느끼는 사랑에 대해서 좀 고민을 하는 그런 시기를 담은 곡이고 그리고 러빙미는 그 고민을 넘어서 나를 사랑한다로 넘어가는 그런 시기를 담은 곡이어서 그렇게 연결되는 과정에서 큐피드 안에서 이제 물고기도 보이고 메트로놈도 보이는 그런 장면을 일부러 연출한 게 같습니다.
How has it been seeing people all across the world not just dancing to it but singing to it and people that may not even know about K-pop but they know your song?
저는 많은 사랑과 주목을 주시는 것에 너무너무 기쁜 마음이고 그보다 더욱 기쁜 거는 저희가 전달하고자 하는 메시지가 많은 분들께 와닿아 주신 것 같아서 그 부분에 있어 너무너무 기쁜 마음이 큰 것 같아요.
Does the success of Cupid change how you look at the future of your music? Do you feel you have to do it a certain way now? Or do you think that success opens it up to being able to do more?
새로운 장르에 도전하는 건 우선 저희 팀 색깔 자체가 여러 가지 장르를 보여드리는 거기 때문에 그 전부터 생각은 계속 하고 있었고 저 개인적으로 조금 달라진 게 있다면 그 전까지는 빌보드 차트에 들어보는 게 뭔가 꿈이자 소원이었는데 저희가 너무 감사하게도 이름을 올려가지고 그 다음에는 좀 더 큰 무대에서 저희 단독 공연을 해보고 싶다 하는 목표가 생겼습니다.
A lot of people also wanted to know, with the success of the twin version, where more people across the world globally were able to relate to it, do you plan to do more English versions of title tracks in the future?
We hope so if we have a chance, and we really want to record that English version always, and another language version too, if we have a chance.
How did your friends and family react to all the success that you've seen now?
저의 친구들과 가족들은 일단 너무 오래 연습을 하고 해온 만큼 잘 그래도 빛을 본 것 같아서 너무 행복하고 기쁘다라는 말을 정말 많이 들었고요. 그래서 그 말에 듣는 저조차 너무 행복하고 되게 뿌듯했던 기억이 있습니다.
How long did each of you train before debuting?
저희 연습 생활은 각각 개인마다 달라가지고 이거는 한 명씩 말씀드리면 좋을 것 같은데 일단 저 같은 경우에는 이 회사가 첫 회사이며 한 2년 반 정도 했습니다. And I'm 3 years or 3.5 years?
저 같은 경우는 이 회사가 처음은 아니지만 연습생을 통틀어서는 한 7년 반 정도 한 것 같습니다.
2 years for me.
Well, Kina, I'm glad you ended up here and a part of 50-50.
Thank you, Kina!
And you know, there are a lot of people who have discovered your music now who don't even know K-pop at all. They may have only heard the twin version, so they may not even know you're a K-pop group. What do you say to those new people out there who know your song but don't know you? What would you like them to know?
저희 그룹은 일단 한국 가수이며 50-50라는 4명의 멤버가 구성되어 있고요. 또 저희가 항상 말씀드리는 거는 진정성이라고 말씀드릴 수 있을 것 같은데 늘 음악에 저희 진심을 녹여내면서 많은 분들과 공감하고 소통할 수 있는 그룹으로 계속해서 성장할 테니까요. 앞으로도 저희의 활동도 많은 기대 부탁드리면 감사하겠습니다. Stay healthy.
Oh, so wonderful. So Cupid's music video has more than 55 million views, and the group actually taken over Spotify, becoming the second K-pop girl group in history to reach 30 million monthly listeners.
Epic. They're so cute. That was
Yes.
such a cute interview. You can watch the full interview on fox13seattle.com.
Love to see it. Oh my gosh. And you know, I actually had a long conversation with Clint about K-pop.
Yeah.
The guy knows his stuff
Yeah.
too, which is why I really love to see this interview that he does.
I love that we got K-pop on Studio 13 Live.
Yes. So still ahead, we are putting a unique spin on some classic cocktails.
Yes, we are learning to make something called a touche pussycat coming up next.
Don't gotta wait today. It's happening all around, like sunshine through the clouds. I'm gonna make your day.
Hey, it is time for Seattle Sips, where we highlight amazing drinks in our area.
Yes, today we are joined by David English. Welcome.
Thank you, ladies.
This is amazing. So you're making some drinks from Autumn, which is one of renowned chefs Brian Clevenger's restaurants. So we are so excited. Tell us about the General Harvest Restaurant Group.
So General Harvest Restaurant Group is a collection of 7 locations across the city of Seattle, kind of modern American focused, a little bit of definitely Italian leaning because coming from where Brian Clevenger used to work and all that kind of in his experience. So that's pretty much it. The gist of that. Each restaurant kind of has its own unique identity.
Oh, really cool. And then what can people expect if they come in Autumn?
Autumn is particularly hyper-focused on fresh seafood, seasonal vegetables, and then house extruded pastas. We're kind of in like a casual like little neighborhoody restaurant up in the Finney Ridge area.
Very nice. Okay, so today we're putting a unique spin on a classic cocktail, a little bit of a remix. So what are we making?
Okay, so today we're going to do a kind of our little take on a classic whiskey sour. So this one is kind of a traditional one that actually you use the egg whites to emulsify all the ingredients. So we'll just go through here real quick. We've got 2 egg whites here. Just add those right on into the glass. Start with a little bit of simple syrup. Do 1.5 ounces of that, a little lemon juice.
And what makes this drink so unique? What do you think?
So normally you're just doing a citrus, a sweetener, and the base spirit, which in this case is going to be the rye whiskey. We add a little bit of Amaro to that. It kind of creates a little bit more depth of flavor, a little bit complex flavor profile.
And how would you describe the flavor of Amaro?
So Amaro is an Italian bitter, so it has a lot of like baking spice flavors, and it's got like almost kind of like a medicinal kind of flavor, but not in a bad way.
Okay.
So then add the
Medicinal,
whiskey.
like cough syrup, or what are we talking about?
It just has it has that bitter aftertaste.
Very
so.
nice.
Cool.
Now, you're not using a jigger. You just counting? You're just that good?
I worked in Las Vegas for about 10 years, so I've got actually one bartender of the year out there 1 year.
Congratulations!
So I can count. I can count. I've got it.
Well,
you don't see a chef
can.
measuring the salt when they put it in.
Where did you work in Vegas that you got that honor?
I was working at a restaurant called Other Mama. It's slightly off strip, so it was actually pretty neat because I beat out a lot of the strip bartenders for the award.
Hello.
Okay, so here we have that whiskey sour here. I'm going to pour it into this glass here.
Excellent.
Just going to make sure I get the right proportions here.
Beautiful. Wow. And egg white, does that automatically mean craft cocktail? It does to me. I don't know.
No, it's actually a really traditional kind of ingredient in like old school cocktails, but they use it mainly to do an emulsification so you get that nice head of foam on the top.
Very nice.
Then we're going to stop here with a little bit of bitters on the top.
Oh, very nice.
That's so cool.
Can we get a close-up of this? This looks so good. Yeah. The top here, we got some like little dots.
This one looks like a little heart almost.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right, are we
Is it
good
ready
try
to drink?
it?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right,
While
well,
we take
cheers,
a sip,
cheers.
I want to know how you got to Seattle from Vegas.
I was actually born in Tacoma, so it's kind of a little homecoming for me. My parents and brothers and sister all live up there. Hi, Mom,
This
Dad.
feels very nice.
I like the citrus in
It's
it.
refreshing. It's super refreshing because when you were saying some of the ingredients, I thought it would be a good drink for fall, but I feel like it's very fresh.
Yeah, but the citrus really kind of brightens everything up. A whiskey sour is pretty much good any time of year. You'll see a different kind of riff on it.
Yeah.
All of our restaurants kind of focus on that kind of classic cocktail program, and each restaurant has its own identity, but we kind of take the classic recipes you see kind of from the old school days and that resurgence in the early 2000s with cocktails.
Yes.
Back when I first started bartending, it was like the martini days, chocolate martinis. We don't talk about those days.
Yeah.
That 500 martini recipe books. So.
Oh my goodness. So talk to us about this delicious, by the way, but talk to us about some of your other popular or favorite cocktails.
So we have actually at this location we have a cocktail called the St. Charles. It's very unique because it's served neat. So normally when you expect cocktail, you expect something cold,
Yes.
right? So this is actually made neat. So it's warm and room temperature, and all the ingredients are added and stirred tableside, and then served with a little lemon twist on top. It's kind of like our take on kind of like a booze forward Negroni Manhattan kind of combination there.
Very cool. Well, David English, thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, these are delightful. And we've got a link with more info on General Harvest restaurants up on our website, fox13seattle.com/studio13live. And still ahead, world-renowned photographer Robin Layton is stopping by to chat all about her new book inspired by record rainfall in Seattle.
We're also going to hear all about how 24 of her artwork pieces ended up in Oprah Winfrey's home. We'll be right back.
I'm gonna make your day. Yeah, I'm gonna make your day.
We might take the rain for granted from time to time being here from the Pacific Northwest, but a world-renowned photographer decided to make a whole book of stunning photos of the rain.
Yes, and joining us now to talk all about it, photographer and artist Robin Layton. Hi.
Hi, good morning.
I'm so excited you're here.
I'm so
Obviously,
excited to be
the
here.
cover of your book, I've just
Beautiful.
been marveling at it. It is so pretty.
There are tulips in every raindrop.
Look at that. So 146 stunning photos of rain, right?
Correct.
I hear that a record rainfall in Seattle inspired this book.
It did. Last year, January, February, and March, it poured for like 3 months continuous. And I'm like, oh my gosh, wouldn't it be cool to do a book on rain? And I went out and started shooting, and here we are.
This is amazing. A real testament. Look, I bought a nice camera once, cannot use the thing. So also a testament to your talent of photography. But these are not just photos of Seattle. Talk to us about the different places you've
Yeah,
been.
there's 10 places, China, Alaska, Idaho, Wyoming, and California, Texas.
Wow.
I realized when I started putting the book together, I had pictures I had taken, in Hawaii and other places because I always have my camera with me. And so when I started looking at my portfolio, I thought, oh my gosh, these are perfect too. So that's how all the locations came together.
That's really cool. So some of them you had before, and then did you have areas where you're like, that place has really great rain, I'm going to go get some
Yes.
amazing photos there too?
Yeah, definitely. Well, Seattle.
Yeah, sure, of course.
Yeah. When you live in Seattle, you quickly learn you need to make peace with the rain.
Yeah.
And, I love it. So.
Yeah, that's
Wonderful.
awesome. You've been commissioned by celebrities, presidents, royalty to create your stunning images. Tell us about some of the work that you've done for them.
Oh my gosh. Well, I used to be a photojournalist for 16 years, and then I went on my own since 2000. And then I guess the celebrity world got wind of me in California, and so I've done things for Jennifer Aniston, Sarah Jessica Parker, Oprah, Barack Obama. I mean, it's been a crazy journey, and I am so grateful.
What does that feel like?
It's an honor because you realize they could hire or get artwork from anybody in the world.
Yeah.
And when they get it from you, it just is validating, and it just feels really great.
Yeah.
Right. And you very casually gave us that list while I'm internally gasping at how amazing that is. And on top of that, you're also a Pulitzer Prize nominee. So tell us a little bit more about your history.
When I was at the Seattle PI, I found this runaway, and I followed her around for 4 months. And the guys at work said, you're never going to get this published because the PI won't do it. You're never going to get the mom to sign off on it. And long story short, I spent 4 months with her, and the newspaper ran 19 pictures, 4 pages, and the mom signed off on it, and I was nominated for a Pulitzer. So
That's incredible.
perseverance.
No kidding. Yeah, just got to have that tenacity.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful.
And this is one of 5 books that you've published, right?
Yes, this is number 5.
That's incredible. So your last one was called The Lake. What inspired that one?
That is a coffee table book, same size as this one, limited edition. There's 2,000 copies of The Lake. There's only 750s of this book. But the whole book is on Lake Washington, and it's divided into 4 seasons. It starts with spring and ends with summer. It starts with summer and ends with spring. And I live kind of right across the street from the lake, so I photographed it for over a 10-year period, and I decided one day I think it's time to do something to honor our beautiful Lake Washington. So.
Beautiful. Wow. And on top of the long list that you have of people who've bought your work, Oprah also has just 24 of your pieces. So
She does.
talk to me about whether she commissioned them personally or how that happened.
So I was at the airport, and I get this phone call, hey Rob, she leaves me a message, hey Rob, will you come to Maui and photograph my dogs and horses in Maui for my new spa I'm building? And I called her back, and I was like speechless, and she's like, well, are you happy? I'm like, I am, but I would scream, but I'm at the airport, I don't want to get arrested. So I spent a week with her on her ranch, and she has 24 pieces in her spa out there, and it was the best week of my life. For
Wow. Her ranch in California or
In
Colorado?
Maui.
Oh, in Maui. Okay.
Wonderful.
That's so cool. And she has a nickname for you too, Rob. I mean, that must be cool.
I don't know if it's a nickname, but yeah.
For this book, you're only printing 750 copies, right?
Yes.
Talk to us about that decision.
I wanted it to be special. I wanted the book to be a piece of art itself
Yeah.
and to be affordable for everyone, so everybody could have a piece of art. And they're not only signed by me, but they're numbered, like 1 out of 750, 252 out of 750.
Yeah.
So I priced it, these are $3.95, but I priced it so everybody feels like they're getting something special and not just have 5,000 copies of something.
Yeah.
That's
Right,
why I
right.
did it.
That's really cool. And you were saying you write them a little letter when
Oh
they
yeah,
get
this is
it?
just a little thank you note to show my appreciation.
It's beautiful, too.
And these
Yeah.
are limited edition postcards. They're really nice. And this is the Space Needle. And it has at every drop you can see the Space Needle. So
Wonderful. So, of course, you are an excellent talent. Do you have any recommendations for people who are interested in photography or how they could maybe take a better photo?
You know, I think it's just practice, practice. I mean, even for this book and every job I've ever done, it's about taking photos and then looking at them and studying them. How can I make it better? Looking at your aperture. Just keep doing it. I mean, I'm still learning and growing after however many years I've been doing it. So
That's really cool. Tell us about some of your other books that you have. So we've talked about 2 of them. Tell us about the other ones.
the first one I did was called A Letter to My Dog, and I had to fly across America and photograph celebrities with their dogs and then dogs by themselves.
Oh.
And then the second one was called Hoop the American Dream. And I had this crazy idea of driving across America and photographing basketball hoops, the most unique ones I could find, literally like a treasure hunt. And then childhood hoops of famous players like LeBron James, Shaquille O'Neal, Sue Bird. And I went to their childhood hoop and they gave me stories to go with it. That was one of my best projects, most fun I've ever had. And then the Seahawk book was called 12, and that's an impressionistic view of the Seahawk fans and players.
That's so incredible.
It really is.
Oh my
And I
gosh.
think that your history as a photojournalist, the way you tell stories, really, I mean, to go along with what is beautiful photography, helps elevate that in a way. Do you love telling stories?
I do. That's my background as a photojournalist. And when I was shooting for newspapers, people would always say to me, not only do you have moments, but there's art to it, there's artwork to it. And that was the biggest compliment, because that's what I think pictures sing, is when you have a moment and there's art involved. And so for me, it was a natural way just to segue to my art. So
Anything you can tell us about the next project you might want to work on, or any ideas that are kind of brewing up there?
I always have a few ideas. I have a few artwork commissions. I do artwork for private homes and commercial buildings. I have some really cool, unique things that I'm creating for them. And I have a couple book ideas always tucked away. So.
Okay, well, come back and see us when you've got the next
I would
one
love
too.
to.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Well, Robin, thank you so much. And we have posted info on this beautiful book on our website, fox13seattle.com/Studio13Live. Thanks again.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah. Amazing. Still ahead on Studio 13 Live, we are learning how to shape and make the perfect pretzel with Grindhouse.
Yeah, so learn all about some of their upcoming events this summer, and we'll be right back with some pretzel fun.
Like sunshine.
Hey, it's time for IDK, where we learn how to do something new. And if you love pretzels, listen up, because we're going to learn how to shape and salt them ourselves today.
This is very exciting. We are joined by Chef Pete Fiosni, the executive chef at Grindhouse. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
This is very exciting.
You guys ready to make some pretzels?
The largest pretzels
Look at
I've maybe ever seen in my entire life.
Amazing. And if all goes wrong, we could still bake it, and it should still be okay, right?
It'll be fine.
So Grindhouse has a location in Capitol Hill and Leavenworth,
Yep.
and you offer authentic Bavarian food. So tell us about the spaces, what it feels like.
It's a 12,000 square foot space. It used to be a candy factory back in the 50s. And we took it over and we just pretty much gutted the building, remodeled it, and it's a really awesome space. We have bocce ball. We have 5 bocce ball courts.
Oh my gosh.
And, excuse me, and then we make all of our pretzels in-house, all of our sausages. We make about 150 pounds of sausage almost every day.
Oh my gosh.
And about 200 pretzels every day.
I was going to ask how many pretzels you make in a day, because that's a lot of dough.
Well, we do about 90 of the large pretzels,
Okay.
and about 150
Oh my
to 200
God.
of
Well,
small
you're famous
pretzels.
for it now.
Yes.
So you're doing it right.
So we're going to learn the art of shaping and salting these pretzels.
Yep.
So what's the best way to go about it?
We have some pre-made dough here, so I'll give you each one dough ball.
Cool.
Thank you.
And the best way to start out is just with one hand, roll it in the middle a little bit.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, you're already better than we are.
And then,
I don't know why I'm snorting when I laugh so much today, everybody. It's fine.
and then once we get it to this stage, let's use both of our hands
Okay.
and put a decent amount of pressure and sort of pull your hands apart as well.
Oh, you can do that quick. It's like you're a professional.
And we kind of want to have some, it to come to kind of a little bit of a point at the end.
Okay.
And then,
Mine's pointy at one
I am panicked at this point. It's not doing what yours is doing.
Any tips for us here?
yep, just a little bit more pressure.
Okay.
Yours is looking good down on the end.
Okay.
And are we supposed to kind of pull away?
Yep,
Seems like
yep.
it was.
And do some outward pressure. as
Okay.
well. Those look great. That's a good start.
Thank you. I'll take it.
They're going to be a little bit small, but
That's okay. All right.
And once we get to this stage, you just give it a little twist.
Oh, okay. Woo, woo, woo.
Just any which way?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah, well, sort of.
sorry,
And
I forgot what
and
the
then
end
you give it
goal
a little press.
How's that?
It's a double twist.
A double.
Oh,
Yours is looking
Is
good.
that okay?
And
I
then,
got
And then-
that again. Hold on.
and then
All right. I'm getting help, so.
Okay, yeah, I think I'm gonna need that. So I do twist and then what?
2 twists, and then
Two
lay it
twists,
down.
lay
and
it
then,
down.
And then pull it back on
Pull it
itself.
like that?
And sort of cross it so it looks like this.
How does that? That's kind of like
Just
that,
like
right?
that. Just like
perfect.
that.
It's like
Very
a
nice.
pretzel.
Yeah. It's gonna
Okay.
taste delicious.
And do we salt before?
We dip them.
Okay.
Oh,
Let's-
is- what is
water
that?
or what is
Yep.
that?
Usually we do it with a caustic soda in there, and that's what gives it that nice mahogany on there.
Soda?
Like
soda
caustic,
water?
like lye, actually.
Lye?
Like,
Lye.
yeah, there's none in here just
Okay.
because I don't want you guys to get a
thanks.
chemical burn. But,
Thank you.
Appreciate that.
but this will work though.
Okay.
And then we just dip them in for a sec.
Okay.
And then if you want to grab one.
Do I just dip it in there right now?
Dip it in there as well.
Okay.
All right.
And then pull them out.
Oh, sorry, guys.
Perfect. And then pull them out and put them on the baking sheet.
Okay.
You first. Okay.
Mine's more of a lump. That's all right though, right?
Oh no, I ruined your pretzel.
Oh, it's fine.
Okay, there. Sort of okay. All right.
All right,
What
and then
makes it
we-
different makes it beautiful.
There
And then
you
we have
go.
some pretzel salt. If you want to sprinkle a little pretzel salt on
Okay.
there, it's like a puff salt.
Is that kind of
sorry.
to your taste?
Yeah, we usually load them up.
Okay.
You,
Oh,
you want
okay,
it nice
okay.
and salty. You're
Nice and
usually
salty.
drinking beer and
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true.
sausages
That is
with it,
true.
so you want some
Okay.
good salt in there.
All right.
Beautiful.
And
Yep.
you know, a good pretzel's never complete without the dipping sauces.
Absolutely.
Talk to us about your dipping sauces.
We have a couple ones here. We have the Obatsta, which is like a Bavarian cheese spread.
Ooh,
it's kind of
yum.
like a pimento cheese, but Bavarian
Which
style.
I love. I do.
We use cream cheese, butter, Tillamook cheddar, beer, paprika, yep, shallots,
Nice.
and that's about it. And then we blend all that together, and that's a great dipping sauce. And we also have a spicy honey mustard,
Very
which
good
is
too.
just a really spicy Dijon and clover honey.
Can we try it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
There's some fresh baked ones right there.
Much better than what ours might look like. There we go. Wonderful.
I'll try the spicy mustard one.
I want to try this one. Ooh, she's thick. Okay.
Oh, that's really good. What do you think has helped you
Wow.
guys stay in business for so long?
I think it's just putting out good food and just making a really fun environment. We do a lot of like events. We're great for sports. Go Kraken!
Yeah.
So we'll be showing the Kraken game. I think we have like 26 TVs now.
That's a blast.
And we do have our outdoor patios open as well. So we have a bunch of TVs out there. Another bocce ball court as well. So
That's
lots
awesome.
of room.
You also host events. Do you have anything fun coming up?
We do a pig and pint starting in the summer, where we roast a whole pig and then we pair with a local brewery and kind of do a little cross promotion with that. That's usually every other week. I think we do that, and then, obviously soccer's a big thing for us too. So World Cup always is a little crazy, but yeah, we're always doing we're always doing fun things. And then Friday and Saturday night, it's a great place to go party as well. So
You do it all.
yeah,
You do it all.
Yeah.
Daytime, nighttime,
daytime,
everything.
great time for
Chef
place for
Pete.
kids. It's a big space, so kids can run around, be
that's
loud.
great.
Oh, love to hear
Okay,
it.
cool. Thank you so much, Chef Pete.
Thank
We've
you.
got a link with more info on Rhine House up on our website, fox13seattle.com/studio13live. And coming up, it's a little too hot to cook tonight, so why not make a fun dish that's going to help you cool down as well?
Yes, Chef Bobby Moore is here taking us to, well, the upstairs of our building and make a signature salad and some bubbly. We'll be right back.
I'm gonna make your day. Yeah, I'm gonna.
Hey, it is time for Emerald Eats, where we get to try amazing food in our area.
Yeah, and today we are joined by Chef Bobby Moore with Bees on Main and Barmore. And we are talking about, well, first of all, hello. We have to mention we're outside.
Hello. Yeah, we are. Patio vibes.
Absolutely. And talk to us about the importance of having a meal that's refreshing when it's like this.
Yeah.
Well, for instance, yesterday I was going to do, Mother's Day. We were going to, do this big spread for my wife of frittata and lox and bagels. We decided to just go with the lox and bagels because we didn't want to turn the oven on.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
Yeah, keep the oven off.
What are we making today?
Today we're going to do a Cobb salad that I've been making for years. And there's a couple different varieties of the Cobb that's available on the Beast on Main menu as well. Yeah.
Cool. Let's get right
jump into it. Yeah.
Lunchtime action.
Yeah.
Okay. So we've got some beautiful greens here. Right, some romaine all chopped up, and this is like a little bit of a champagne vinaigrette.
Okay.
So we'll just
With
give that
real
a toss.
champagne in it?
Just a wee bit.
Just a wee bit, a little bubbly.
Speaking of drinking, we've got some rosé if you want to try some.
I would love to.
Oh, excellent. Carly's
I'm
going to
gonna
pour
us
this.
some of this.
And you said that well, we are outside, so you are hearing the sights and sounds of Seattle.
This is from a female winemaker,
Yeah,
correct?
Carrie Shields. We're actually doing a winemaker dinner with her on June
cool.
15th.
I poured us big glasses up. That's
Yeah.
okay, Mireya.
Better be thirsty.
Oh, what about
It's
me?
hot, you know? Oh, wait, sorry. I didn't even see your cup over there.
This salad's so great. You just toss it with a little bit of that champagne vinaigrette, season that up a little bit, and then just like a Cobb, you just kind of layer it a little bit. We've got some beautiful heirloom cherry tomatoes.
Beautiful.
Sorry about that.
And you can really, if you'll excuse the pun, beef up these salads as much as one likes.
Totally. I've got bacon I'm going to chop up. We've got some avocado. Got some
I love
eggs.
avocado on a salad.
Oh my gosh. Here we go. I already pre-cut all the avocado.
That's
this
genius.
is why you're a pro, my friend.
Little blue cheese. And you can sub, if you don't like blue cheese, I have some friends that don't like blue cheese, you can sub like Beecher's white cheddar, something like that.
Cool.
Blue cheese. And then I got some bacon.
It's crispy too, just how I like it.
What do you think's a misconception about blue cheese? I feel like it's a real polarizing cheese.
It's just, it's just a wee bit stinky. You
Yeah.
know, so I think that's why people
But
have a
sometimes
problem.
stinky's good, right?
Yeah.
That's what they say. The
That's what they
stinkier,
say.
the better.
Yeah.
Okay. And then this one, I'm going to do some Dungeness crab.
Ooh,
Look at that.
go.
Amazing.
Oh, man. There you go.
I feel like
And
people
it's ready?
sometimes think
That was
that
quick.
salads aren't filling, but look at this.
I know, right? That looks great.
This is
Did
amazing.
I
Okay.
miss anything on yours?
I think this looks amazing. I'm
Put
ready
some
for
extra
it.
egg on it.
No,
Give
let's
it to
try
me.
it. Let's
Give-
try it.
Give me a
Yeah.
bite of this.
Now-
This is on the Beast on Main menu.
Mm-hmm.
We have outdoor patio dining going off right now. We're also going to do some street dining, and that's going to pop off next week. So we're getting all the barricades dropped off. There's going to be this beautiful little patio right out front.
That's
just so you can
amazing.
sit under the...
Have you guys always had the street dining, or was that sort of a pandemic-related thing that just ended up sticking around?
Exactly,
Yeah,
it's stuck around.
I love that. That's
Yeah.
like honestly one of the best parts, one of the good things that came out of the last
Totally.
few years that we've had is like lots more outdoor dining.
Totally.
So much more fun.
Cheers.
Cheers, y'all.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
fantastic.
Really great.
I
And
love
talk
it.
to me about all these beautiful bubbles we're seeing. I know you have a lot of this at Barmore.
Yes, we do. We have a little champagne set up over here, little Reinart. So Barmore is a modern European cocktail lounge. We have lots of snacks and food. We have entrees too. We have dessert, so you can come out. We're getting ready to implement a little champagne tasting, so you can do like 3 little champagne tastings with your friends.
That is amazing.
What would you say is like the most popular couple of items on the menu right now?
For Barmore.
Yeah. What are you making a lot of?
I do oysters and sausage.
Okay.
So one of my favorite restaurants. Sorry about that.
No, you're good.
One of my favorite restaurants in Paris. We went before the pandemic with some friends and my kids and everybody. We had these shucked oysters, and they had these little sausages on the side, and it just like blew our mind.
Yeah.
They're so good. And every time I send one out, people are like, "What?" And they eat it, and they're like, "That's so great."
Yeah.
It's like a curious combination that just works so perfectly. Now, you touched on this just a moment ago, but I want to hear more about your winemaker series because I think it's always like so different and exciting. So you could go to several if you wanted.
Totally, yeah. We're doing them quarterly. So the first one that we did was with Mark Ryan,
Yep.
your good buddy.
Yeah.
And this one we're doing with Carrie Shields from Côte Bonneville. She makes some really great juice, and she's super fun and very interactive, and so she'll be floating around the dining room. And then we're going to be doing one with Sparkman and also with Avenya.
Okay.
So we'll announce those dates later, but June 15th, call Bison, Maine, make your reservations. It's gonna be a blast.
That sounds amazing. Are there any sort of like trendy foods right now that you're working on recipes for? Anything you want to incorporate that people are loving that you haven't done yet?
Yeah, right now I'm like really focused on like spring, like morels and peas. It's like, you know, and just fresh. I'm just really trying to keep everything really fresh. And I'm focused on the food tasting great. It's got to look good, but it's got to taste good too.
Yeah.
You know?
How do you make sure it stays super fresh? What are your ways? Tell us about it.
You know, sourcing the best ingredients.
Yeah.
And not trying to put too much of something on a plate.
Yeah.
You know, I think less is more.
So I think that when we saw you put together this beautiful salad, by the way, so like quick and delicious. And I feel like sometimes my lettuce and salad fixins go bad at home. Do you think we should be like sorting them like this so they stay fresh and you use them faster?
I mean, you could, yeah, definitely.
Right, just go to your restaurant, right?
Yeah, just come to my restaurant. Then you don't have to worry about it.
I absolutely love it. Okay, well, thank you so much for teaching us all of this. Any wines? I mean, I know we have one here that you love to pair with salad.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a white wine drinker. I love
Yeah.
white wine, white Burgundy, you know, Chaleur Blanc, those kinds of wines. Viogniers, so I think just nice and crisp, Sauv Blancs even with salads. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Champagne.
Champagne,
Yeah.
always a good idea.
And if
I
we're
know.
making salads at home, what other tips do you have for us too? What are
just-
like the essential ingredients we need to make like a bomb salad?
Lettuce.
Bomb salad. Well,
Sometimes, yeah.
bacon. Sorry.
Oh, sorry, veggie bacon. Veggie bacon.
Oh, yeah.
I'll make like a smoky like tempeh.
Ooh, very
Ooh,
nice.
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's
You know, I like spicy, so I've been like using Aleppo pepper like in everything. And then like for instance with this salad, you can do it with chicken, you can do it with shrimp, you can do it with tempeh.
Yeah.
You know, add some extra avocado to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful. What is the weirdest ingredient you've used in a salad that you were like, actually, this works beautifully?
Okay, I have something for you. I did it for the Auction of Washington Wines one year for Children's Hospital, and I did one of the courses, and I had crispy duck tongues on the salad.
Oh,
Tongues? Oh! I'm gonna be hungry. You didn't hear that?
That's the weirdest. That's the weirdest.
I think there's some ducks right over there. South Lake Union.
Oh man. And it was really good too. So.
Yeah.
Wow.
That is amazing. We always love having you visit. Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I'm excited to eat the rest of this for lunch.
Yep,
and
it's all yours.
tell people one more time where they can find you.
They can find me at Bison, Maine, and on Main Street in Bellevue. And 2 doors down, we have Barmore.
Beautiful. And more information on your winemaker series, how do they get that?
Call the restaurant, make a reservation, go online, bisonmaine.com, and we have some information on the dinner right there.
Great wine,
Beautiful.
great food. Thank you so much, Chef Bobby. We'll see you very soon.
All right.
Cheers.
We're going to keep eating these salads and have a good time in the sun. We'll see ya.
It's happening all around, like sun shining through the clouds. I'm gonna make your day.